What's up, Taiwan? Good morning. I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. This coming weekend is a long Labor Day holiday in Taiwan. It should be a time to relax, but it's shaping up to be a transportation headache for many would-be travelers. The labor union of the Taiwan Railways Administration is going on strike. Erika Liu reports.
An apology letter on the Taiwan Railways Administration website. TRA Director General Du Wei says there will be no train services on Labor Day this Sunday, as the rail system's labor union is going on strike. They are protesting plans to turn the TRA from a government agency into a state-owned company.
因为现阶段工会他们的诉求只有一个，就是要撤回。那在这个时间点，在民众需要交通服务的时候，那我们的这个工会去主张依法来休假，那这部分我们只能说内部持续在沟通。
The corporatization is meant to address the TRA's over $14 billion in debt, as well as safety concerns following two deadly train accidents in 2018 and 2021. The union says it doesn't oppose the plan itself, but they're protesting how workers weren't consulted.
他们好像在打悲情牌，这样就是认为说工会好像不愿意沟通，决定要休假。但实际状况是，他们根本没有好好跟工会还有员工说明。如果连这个最基本的说明都不愿意做的话，那就是也没办法，我们要做这样的活动。
Hundreds of thousands of passengers will be affected by the shutdown.
本来是要30到2号嘛，那虽然它停的是5·1，但是也是怕有什么意外，所以就取消了。对我们来说会不方便，但是就是尊重。
如果是不能做，就干脆大家就不要出去这样。有的不太方便啊，有时候坐客运什么的，有时候不太方便。
The TRA is planning to provide alternate transport for travelers, but these are expected to increase travel time significantly. Asnaya Zhou and Erika Liu for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's men's archery team has taken gold in the first round of this year's Archery World Cup. Taiwan beat Italy 6-0 in the final, held in the Turkish city of Antalya on Sunday. The 2022 Archery World Cup is held over 5 stages. The next round is in South Korea in May, with the final stage set to take place in Mexico in October. Taiwan is thought to be the origin of Austronesian culture, but indigenous languages are dying out. In an effort to preserve them, Taiwan's government has launched the nation's first indigenous language interpreting course. Betty Chen has the story.
Taiwan today is known as a Chinese-speaking country, but for thousands of years, this island belonged to its indigenous peoples. There are now 16 officially recognized indigenous tribes and as many indigenous languages, but there used to be many more. Years of settler immigration and assimilationist policies in Taiwan saw the use of indigenous languages discouraged. Today, while indigenous peoples make up around 2.5% of the country's population, less than half of these are proficient in their ancestral tongue. Still, Taiwan is home to the world's greatest diversity of Austronesian languages, and recent years have seen a push to promote their use, as many are on the verge of dying out. Taiwan's government wants to make it possible for indigenous languages to be used in official settings. But for that to happen, Taiwan needs to train interpreters. I'm here at National Taiwan Normal University to join a class that's looking just to do that by teaching how to interpret between Mandarin and indigenous languages. 90 participants from different tribes are taking part. A mixed teaching method is used to maximize instruction time. Interpreting instructors are dealing with the technical skills needed for professional interpretation, while specialists in indigenous languages help with the necessary vocabulary.
Interpreters are expected to speak like a professional, so you have to acquire the technical jargon and specialized knowledge in different fields. I think these skills will definitely make students a better communicator in all kinds of contexts.
Learning to interpret usually requires at least 2 years of full-time training, but these participants are trying to pick up the skills they need in just 8 days of intensive workshops.
我们这一次来报名的学员，他们本身的族语能力就非常好， 所以我们必须要去找出比他们更厉害的部落里面的大佬、耆老，请他们来担任我们这样的指导老师。觉得一切的困难逐步克服之后，最后的收获，我们觉得非常感动。
At the demo session, participants sit inside interpreting booths to practice their newly acquired skills.
其实多数听不懂我的主语，现场的贵宾可以透过口译的设备了解我说的内容。
41-year-old Ibu from Bunong tribe is one of the youngest participants. She talks about the challenges in learning how to interpret an indigenous language.
最大的困难是我的语汇量真的不足，因为我们这个世代就是我们能讲的就是普普通通的那种使用的语言啦，不像那个很多语汇真的量不够啦。
But time is against those hoping to preserve Taiwan's indigenous languages.
年轻人真的是断掉了。你看来参与的学员是不是年纪都偏大？你说他们还有多少气力可以传承？我每次想这个，我都会心里很难过，所以我就一直要把自己当做一个工具，就是能活用多久就活用多久，然后也要想办法去拉更多的人一起来，就是推动这样。
The government recognizes the urgency of the task at hand, and it has high hopes that this interpretation course can help to spark a wider reinvigoration of Taiwan's indigenous languages.
我们接下来先把这些我们的种子老师，我们的逐步口译的这些族人呢，先推广到我们各个机关，说我们已经有这些人才。那如果我们各机关还有更多的需求的话，我们会持续来办理这样的一个训练。我们希望可以让我们更多的这个族人愿意担任这样的一个很重要的语言桥梁的一个工作。
While 8 days can't overturn decades of language discrimination, it's a step on the long road for language justice in Taiwan. And with many participants looking to continue their interpretation training, there's hope that one day indigenous people can speak their languages as freely as their ancestors once did. Patrick Chen and Betty Chen for TaiwanPlus.
How much can you take before you snap? A new dance performance uses rubber bands to look at the impact of stress on people's lives. Leslie Liao has the story via our partner station, Radio Taiwan International.
How do you quantify pressure's toll on the human body? Well, in this performance, rubber bands are used as a metaphor for life's many stresses. Dancers are pulled in various directions before they are snapped by the rubber bands. Here, stress isn't something that piles up and accumulates. It's tangible pain you can feel the moment it comes up. When pressure is translated into immediate pain you can feel, how might that affect people's lives? This latest work is called Hook's Law, and it's the brainchild of choreographer Huang Yufen. Huang says she chooses to use rubber bands throughout her performance because they are something that can elicit fear from people. She says the anticipation of pain from a rubber band is something that can push people to emotional limits. Rubber bands take on a different role in the show when female performers come on stage. The rubber bands are used to manipulate dancers' actions rather than to create pain. Rubber bands here symbolize the pressure society places on women. Huang says this part of the performance is taken from her own life experience. She says women are often expected to sacrifice their own careers and dreams to conform to society's rules. Hook's Law is still under development. It's scheduled to premiere in late May in Taipei. However, in the lead-up to its debut, the show promises to rethink the way people look at stress.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today, we'll leave you with images of jacaranda trees blossoming in southern Taiwan's Jiayi County. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and have a nice day.